illustration was given to the students to have them figure out an equation that would represent the pattern expressed by the dots and the figure numbers. Now, the kids took this, and usually at this time of the year they are making 4-column tables which will illustrate a pattern and shows an ultimate equation. In this case, several of the kids got 3 different equations from what was happening with the pattern. We have these 3 illustrations on the board. Lexi illustrates one extremely well, but it's different than Batai's explanation, and so we're trying to figure out what the difference is and why Lexi has an error in hers. Ultimately, Lexi finds the mistake and is able to correct it, but unfortunately the camera cuts off. Now, Brianne in another class finds the same mistake in her equation and shows, and as a class we figure out where the mistake is, and we're able to change that equation so that we can see the 2 equations and how they are equivalent.
I had 3, 5, and 6, so it was 13, 20, no, it was, yeah, 9, 17, and 21. And so I figured out the distance between these 2. So to get the rest, I just subtracted 4 from each one. So 17 minus 4 is 13. 13 minus 4 is 9. 9 minus 4 is 5. 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 minus 4 is 3. And so then, because 4 is the slope, or what you add by, so that's -3. So the first one is 0 minus 3, then it's 0 minus 3 plus 4, then 0 minus 3 plus 4 plus 4, then 0 minus 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and so on. And so then the shorthand would be -3 plus 4 times 0, -3 plus 4 times 1, -3 plus 4 times 2, and so then the equation is, I did it different down here, but P equals -3 plus 4F.
What does F stand for?
Figures.
Okay. So whichever figure goes in there. Okay. Now I need Lexi up here to explain this.
Okay. So the thing with me was we filled in what we knew, which was the 3, 5, and 6. Since we had that information, we could figure out all this stuff like he said. So then the part that was really starting to get to me is because if we had to figure 0, then we would have negative dots, which I didn't really understand how we would do that. So instead of going to 0, I just decided to start my table with 1. Which, when I did that, I got this, but then as I was writing my shorthand, I realized my equation isn't going to work out. So I went through and did it as I had it on my paper, but because 1 plus 4 times 4 doesn't equal 4, you know?
Doesn't equal 1?
Or doesn't equal 1, yeah. So as I went through, I did this equation, and it didn't work out because you need to start with -3.
Okay, but let's look for a second. Because on here, she has 1. Does 1 equal 1?
Yes.
Okay. Does 1 plus 4 equal 5?
Yes.
Does 1 plus 4 plus 4 equal 9?
Yeah.
Yes.
So is this working?
Yeah.
Let's check down here. Does 1 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 equal 21?
Yes.
It does. So if this works, she should be able to use that to go here. So what's the problem from here to here? Because this doesn't work. We have 1 plus 4 times 2.
That equals 9.
That equals 9.
5.
So how could we change this to make it work in our table the way that she's got it written?
Make all the numbers that you times by 1 less.
Make them 1 less? So you're saying this would be 1 plus 4 times 1? Why would you make this, how did you know to make this 1 less?
Because it's in the pattern.
Yeah, it's in the pattern. How many 4s do we have right here?
1.
How many 4s do we have here?
2.
How many 4s do we have here?
3.
Here?
5.
Ah! Okay, so here, oh no, there aren't 6, there are 5. Okay, so here we'd have to change that, right?
Yes.
So why
Yeah,
don't you
let's
change
see.
these, and then we'll come back to you. In Brienne's, is this X? No, what is it?
Not X.
It is not X. Can we narrow down what not X would be? Because not X is a whole lot of numbers. No, it's not Y. Because if it was Y, it would be these numbers here. So in this equation, we have 1 plus 4 times X. Do we want 1 plus 4 times X for her model?
No.
Okay, it can't be for her model, because then it would give us the exact same line here, and it's not the same. We know it's not the same. Krista?
Well, to make that work, wouldn't it have to be 1 plus 4 parentheses x minus 1?
Okay, write that down. Does that work? If we had 7 right here, what would this number be? To be 7 minus 1 is 6. So would that work in here? What's 4 times 6?
24.
Plus 1 is?
25.
Does that work?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 24 plus 1 is 25, and we're going to have a difference of 4 here, so that works. And now here, we've got an equation that works. So let's write this, I want to write this a little bigger. We have y equals 1 plus 4 times x minus 1. The equation now works. This equation now works. But if both the equations work, are they the same? And what would I get? Minus what? Minus 4? Can I simplify that anymore? What do I get? 5?
X minus 4. 1 plus -4 is -3. So
Negative 3 plus 4x? That's looking mighty familiar.